Hey everybody, what's up? Sonia and Sonia back again for another episode of Twins Talk Tubi. And still in the month of June, and our theme for this month is all about weddings and brides and all the craziness that can happen around that. And the movie that we watched for you guys today is called Demon. Came out in 2015, and this is the premise. Peter receives a piece of land as a gift for his upcoming wedding. While preparing the property to build a home for his new family, he finds human remains in the ground. He decides he decides to keep the discovery to himself so that all the wedding arrangements can go on as planned. However, the deeper he tries to keep his secret, the more he seems to be under control of something, or rather someone. And from then on, very strange things begin to happen. All right, and we're gonna start this off as always with our first time reaction of the movie on the count of three. One, two, three. Okay. Well, first I want to say that this is a foreign movie. It is dubbed.
Yes.
In case because some people shy away from those kind of movies. I'm not a big fan of those movies, but putting it out there. All right. Uh, I was really interested in this movie because I love movies like possession movies, especially when they deal with the die book box.
Yeah.
I've seen a few movies like that, and when they mentioned that, and I saw in another like description, they mentioned that, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be, oh, it was like a die buck or whatever. It's like this demon, and I was like, oh, this will be interesting. Um, the story is, yeah, just like I said, this couple gets this land and they're renovating it for to build their house on it, and they're having their wedding there, and he finds these bones and he says nothing, and then some stuff are happening. um I thought for the most part the stuff that was happening was pretty tame, and I was expecting a lot more craziness to happen. And then when I also thought this movie had a lot of filler moments that it was probably a little too long, one, the movie. And I feel like it had a lot of filler moments. When kind of when Peter was starting to act crazy and stuff, he really wasn't, I guess, because we knew that he was like getting possessed or was possessed. Okay, so he was acting weird, but he just seemed like he was like really drunk at his wedding. Like if you weren't thinking about that, the possession part, it was at the wedding. Everybody was like drinking and it's all. So it didn't. He didn't look. I don't know. He didn't look crazy enough. The stuff that was going on wasn't crazy enough for me. So it turned me off of it. And then when it got more towards the end, when you can actually see him talking like this spirit, even that was like kind of tame. And no craziness was going on. I don't know if I was expecting any like supernatural stuff, like him pushing people and they flying away or whatever. Um, I just I don't know. It I didn't I just didn't expect it to be so like I thought it was gonna be a little more action, more of the maybe more of like the demon part that kind of came on a little bit late in the movie too. Like he was acting weird, but there was no signs of that stuff coming
hmm
until
hmm
the end, and he was like actually talking.
hmm
So
So I like the story. I liked the setting. I like the actors. I agree
yeah,
with
I thought the
you.
actors were good.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you that the kind of possession or the action, that type of stuff, didn't happen till way later in the movie. There was a whole half of the movie before anything happened. So it took too long. There wasn't enough possession stuff. There wasn't enough demon. This movie's called Demon. You hardly
Right.
really saw
Well, that's
the
yes.
demon or him turning into transforming whatever into the demon. You hardly
Yeah.
saw it. So
Yep.
so I didn't like that part. And I another thing is n- not necessarily that I hated this or didn't like this, but I just kind of observation that I kind of did think was funny that while all this was going on, and he was at his wedding and taken away, put in some room, right? The wedding was still going on. There was still people dancing
Yeah,
and
the
drinking
whole time.
and the whole time. So I thought that was pretty funny. At a certain point, I'm watching it, and then it just kind of dawned on me. I said, "Are they still having a wedding? Like they don't know what's going on, you know,
And then they will go
upstairs
back to the place, and then you
room, and
see
it's all
people like
somber
sitting
and
down
people like
eating, or
yeah." I
yeah,
thought it was, I kind of thought that
that's
was
true.
funny, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna point that out. But yeah, I thought that it wasn't enough possession demon stuff. It wasn't enough.
yeah,
And it happened, and when it did start to happen, the little that it did was well into half the movie.
yeah,
Way too long. I wouldn't say that I felt the movie was too long
mm,
because I also wouldn't say that I was bored necessarily. I just was disappointed, I guess, because I thought that they would show more.
yeah.
Even if it was just at the end, even if it was just at the end and then there's some crazy like
Right,
action shit where he's levitating and he's wrecking havoc. He goes back to the wedding, sneaks out, right, and goes back to the wedding and does some crazy. Like
right.
I would have been like, oh,
Something.
even the rest of the movie was trash. I would have been like, oh, all right, I
Yeah,
like this because of that part.
yeah.
But nothing happened. Yeah. So I didn't want to completely thumbs down it.
Hmm.
Again, I like this. I did like the story. I like the way where it was set. I really did.
Yeah,
And
it was a like um eerie and remote and stuff. Like, it was like a
yeah, so
perfect, yeah, it was a perfect setting, and like
I
you
like
said,
that a
the
lot. And I
acting was
really
really
did think that
good.
the acting was really good.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. I thought the acting was good too, and the setting was really good. It should have come together better. They should have used the surroundings there better for this, like,
yeah.
craziness, demonic, like,
Yep.
possession kind of thing that they were trying to go for, but
Yep.
that fell flat anyway.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, we always tell you guys check it out if you want. It's free on Tubi. So if you want to check it out, um, let us know when you do, if you do, and let us know what your thoughts are on it. Make sure you are subscribed here to our YouTube channel, Horror Flick Chicks on YouTube. So you can catch all our Twin Talk Tubi episodes here and also episodes of our Horror Flick Chicks podcast that we do have here as well and on several audio platforms. Make sure you guys are also following us on all our socials. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok. And we'll be back again next week for another episode of Twin Talk 2B. And we hope you guys are here with us too. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye.